The tide is turning, and the LPGA and all of women's golf are finally beginning to get the recognition they deserve. Why is women's golf finally trending in the right direction? Join us as we highlight why fans are beginning to demand to see more LPGA events and tournaments broadcast on network TV, and how the popularity and prize money are setting new records. Turning tides. Unlike the PGA Tour, the LPGA has struggled with funding to support its players. Brittany Lincecum started playing in the Ladies Professional Golf Association Tour in 2005. Back then, the tour was a struggling endeavor with very few events. When she started, her parents said she could play for 10 years and retire. Little did she know that things were quite different for women's golf. Brittany is in her 18th season on the LPGA Tour, and she doesn't see any end in sight. Despite having played for decades on the LPGA, these are the best years for Brittany. The prize money is now out there, the purses are going up yearly, and things have dramatically changed. Brittany won her first victory in 2009 at the Chevron Championship, formerly the ANA Inspiration. She says the difference between her rookie season and the present time is that sponsors have elevated the quality of the courses where women's golf is played. The LPGA has always lagged behind the PGA Tour regarding prize money. However, sponsors for the best female golfers in the world are bringing exciting new deals to tournaments, releasing funds for developmental tours, and providing more support for athletes who want to start a family. And that support is welcomed greatly. From $67 million in 2019, the purse for the LPGA Tour has risen to $90 million. Molly Marcoux became the LPGA commissioner in 2019, saying the purses are super important, so we can have the best tournament schedule that we can put together and allow the best women in the world to reach their goals. The purses on the LPGA Tour have seen a very slow rise. It is yet to match the PGA Tour, but the LPGA will close the gap. In his new role as the chief executive of the United States Golf Association, Mike Wan has encouraged the players to speak about their golf and also thank the sponsors for their backing. By bringing in ProMedica as a sponsor of the U.S. Women's Open, Mike has increased the prize money for the women's major by 100%, from $5.5 million to $10 million. Under his watch, the LPGA can now put women on the best courses in the world, the same ones men play. Playing on better courses sure has its advantages. The LPGA is beginning to see a massive hike in viewership. Fans have noticed that women's golf is just as entertaining as men's golf, and in many cases, much more entertaining. Better times. The Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions was a huge success. Danielle Kang won the tournament with a total score of 16 under par and went home with $1.5 million as the prize money. This was an increase of 25% compared to the previous year. Brooke Henderson was runner-up with 13 under par. Gabby Lopez from Mexico finished in third place with 12 under par, and Nelly Korda, the 2020 Olympic gold medalist, tied for fourth. Skills were showcased at this event, and the crowd was wowed by what women's golf had to offer. Exceptional talent is not new to women's golf, but for the golfing community who tuned in to watch, there is something new in golf. The viewership for the Tournament of Champions saw an increase of 32% compared to last year, and 69% compared to 2020. The tournament's final round broke the record for Golf Channel's most watched event with an increase of 14%. The LPGA is working on getting more of its events televised. It has been revealed that in 2022 alone, 10 tournaments will be broadcast through TV channels. The fans hope this increase in viewership will encourage the channels to show more women's golf from now on. Do you enjoy watching women's golf? Let us know your answers in the comments section. An increase in viewership is great for the LPGA, but adding golfers from outside the tour might bring even more allure to women's golf. Worldwide talent. The volume of world-class female golfers keeps increasing daily. From rookies to major champions and Olympic medalists, the influx of worldwide talent has made women's golf exciting. The volume of Japanese women in women's golf is astounding. The Todo Japan Classic is a testing ground that showcases just how much talent Japan's rising female golf stars have. Ai Miyazato is the first Japanese player to hold the #1 spot in the Rolex Women's World Golf Rankings. Miyazato thinks the resurgence of talent in women's golf can be traced to Japan's recent successes at the game's highest levels. Miyazato speaks about how her generation was inspired by watching players like Annika Sorenstam and Lorena Ochoa. Watching players like Hideki Matsuyama win the Masters and Hinaka Shibuno win a major has also helped this new generation of talent work toward achieving their goals, not just in Japan, but on the global stage. There are other young Japanese players just a step behind Miyazato, who has won in the LPGA Tour 9 times. Nasa Hateoka also inscribed her name in golf history books as she racked up 6 wins and moved to number 9 in the world rankings. At age 23, there is still a lot of time ahead for Hateoka to accomplish more. This new generation of Japanese players has already eclipsed Miyazato's achievements. Miyazato spent 11 weeks as the world's number 1, but has been unable to make golf's crowning achievement, winning a major. Hinako Shibuno and Yuka Saso have that honor to themselves. Shibuno has broken a 42-year-old record, becoming the second Japanese player to win a major after she won the AIG British Women's Open in 2019. Yuka Saso, who swings like Rory McIlroy, is following in Shibuno's footsteps, winning the US Women's Open at age 19 and automatically earning an LPGA membership. Japanese female golfers are beginning to dominate the courses they play on. Hateoka leads all of Japan's rising stars in just 5 seasons with 6 wins. Ayaka Furue is also making her way to stardom by becoming a Rolex first-time winner in her rookie season at the Trust Golf Women's Scottish Open. The success of these women on the LPGA Tour has helped sustain golf's popularity in Japan. It has also helped bring a new kind of competition to the highest level of women's golf. Monet Inami won the silver medal at the Olympics, defeating LPGA legend Lydia Ko in a playoff at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Monet is one of the many prospects in the JLPGA. Another prospect is Mao Saigo, who has won 5 in 10 events and 3 top 10s to push her to number 24 in the Rolex rankings. Even on the amateur level, Japanese players are flourishing. In 2021, Tsubasa Kajitani won the second playing of the Augusta National Women's Amateur in a playoff against Emilia Migliaccio. Saki Baba, who won the U.S. Women's Amateur, is a 17-year-old female amateur from Tokyo. She won by the largest margin ever seen in the event since 1961. Baba also enters the record books with a win by being only the second Japanese player to win the U.S. Women's Amateur since the first in 1985. Japanese players are part of several female foreign talents beginning to dominate the sport. South Korean women are also making some waves of their own. Sae-ri Pak's debut birthed a new era in women's golf. On the second sudden death of a televised U.S. Women's Open thriller against the United States' Jenny Shaziraporn, Sae-ri Pak made a birdie that made her the first South Korean player to win a major in the United States. Sae-ri Pak's win paved the way for a new generation of golfers, which gave us incredible players like Jie Shin. On the Korean LPGA Tour, Shin had 10 victories from 19 starts in the 2007 season. She was quite a handful when she made her way to the LPGA Tour in 2009. Like the Toto Japan Classic, South Korea has a way of building its female golfers into absolute legends. The Korean LPGA Tour is the country's premier professional women's golf tour. Its grueling system ensures that only the best make it to the top, providing stiff competition for American LPGA hopefuls. By the time Korean LPGA players travel to the United States, they've already competed in several tournaments on one of the world's most demanding women's golf tours. This explains why champions from the Korean LPGA dominated the LPGA's Rookie of the Year award between 2015 and 2019. Seyoung Kim, In Ji Chun, Sunghyun Park, Jin-Young Ko, and Junggeun Lee 6 were all the best rookies of their respective rookie years. Nelly Korda, arguably America's best female golfer, agrees that these foreign talents bring more attention to women's golf with their skill and competitiveness. For example, female Korean golfers have to play for 2 years on the Korean LPGA before they can switch to the LPGA. This makes them seasoned professionals before they make their way to the LPGA. The influx of foreign talents, sponsorship, and the increased interest of fans in women's golf are why this part of golf is finally trending in the right direction. These women have incredible talent that has long since been hidden from most golf fans. The LPGA and women's golf is finally getting what it deserves. If you enjoyed this video about the LPGA and women's golf finally getting what it deserves, check out the video on the screen now, or the one we posted below, because we're sure you'll like that one too. See you there!